the Constitution right now, either going to sink or you're going to swim with the Constitution. You're going to sink it the way it's going right now, or you're going to swim it and keep fighting for it. I mean, that's what we're at right now, the Constitution. That's exactly what we're doing right now, the Constitution.
And right now, that's true. And right now, we have an $18 trillion debt.
Right.
And months ago, the Congressional Budget Office, and the Congressional Budget Office is not some huge body of conservatism. It's supposed to deal with both sides. But the Congressional Budget Office said that if the Congress continues on its spending spree, as it has been forever, then this debt that we have today, it will be unsustainable. And I truly believe that, because the debt's not going to go on by cutting spending, because the truth is that Congress, Republicans and Democrats alike, aren't going to cut spending. And when they do cut spending, it's going to be the very minimal. Because once you pass a government, once you pass a government plan, and you put money into it, and people benefit from it, the people that benefit from it never want to lose it. And once they lose that, they'll be banging down the doors of Congress to get it back. So Congress is not going to vote for massive spending cuts. I truly believe that the only way to bring down the debt in the United States is to do something out of the box, and that's to bring up American energy. We're sitting on 150 to 200 plus years of natural gas inside the United States. It's clean, it's cheap, it's abundant. All we have to do is free up federal lands for exploration and production. We can also build a couple of new refineries for oil. I understand that the far left is against using any type of fossil fuel. They want to rely on things like solar powered wind, and I don't think those things are so bad. Solar power is starting to get cheaper, but right now, we know it works. So what works is fossil fuels. It's got us through an industrial revolution. It's got us through 2 world wars. It's allowed us to feed the hungry overseas, and we've got more of it than anywhere in the industrialized world, and we have to go after it. And again, that means freeing up federal lands for exploration and production. And we can do that in a big way. We can become energy independent. We won't have to rely on our fuel from human rights abusers like Venezuela and Saudi Arabia. We'll have our own supply, and they can ask us for their supply later. We'll be able to stop places like Russia from going into Ukraine and Crimea, because the reason why they're able to do that is because they give all the fuel to Europe. Europe is afraid to pass heavy-duty sanctions on Russia, because Russia supplies Europe with all of its fuel needs. And so the way to stop Russia in its tracks is to build up our energy here at home and become the major exporter in the world. And we could do that, I believe, in a short decade. And unfortunately, we could have started this years ago, where we were already on the road to energy independence, but the far left has stopped America in its tracks. When America wanted to, when we were creating hundreds of thousands of jobs by bringing in the Keystone Pipeline, what did the Obama administration do? It cut off the Keystone Pipeline from the United States. I mean, those few states that has allowed the Keystone Pipeline to go through, those few states are experiencing thousands of new jobs. Imagine if they let that Keystone go through the entire U.S. of A. We would have created so many jobs. But again, the far left wants to stop anything to do with fossil fuels. And unfortunately, the one thing that the environment needs, because they're all concerned, they all say they're concerned about the environment, but the one thing that the environment needs more than anything is a good economy. Because without a good economy, you don't have an environment.
Right. And you mentioned before the Keystone Pipeline is back in the news again. And Debbie is all for not drilling here, not drilling now. So drill here, drill now. She's against that. Another thing, why is she against drilling up in Alaska for? Tell me that, Joe Goldner. Joe Kaufman, yeah.
Why is she against drilling? Well, she's against that because there are radical environmentalists that are financing the Democratic Party right now. There's one guy in California that's promised $50 to $100 million to candidates who fight against anything to do with fossil fuels, to do with drilling. So Debbie Wasserman Schultz is going to go along with anything that they want. And the Obama administration, Barack Obama's strings are being pulled by radical environmentalists. The EPA's strings are being pulled by radical environmentalists. And Debbie Wasserman Schultz is the puppet of the Obama administration. So when their strings are being pulled, Debbie's strings are being pulled. So Debbie is going to vote time and time again against the things that build up the economy for the United States. And yes, build up the environment for the United States. Because as I said, the main thing that the environment needs to survive in the U.S. and anywhere else in the world is a great economy. You look at those countries that have no economy and you see what their environment looks like. And we can see the future of America if we stop our economy here in the United States.
Good point.